The world is full of amazing stories, tales of adventure, heroism, magic, and mayhem. Over the years, these stories have captured our imaginations and become part of our everyday lives. From the classics like Cinderella and Jack and the Beanstalk to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, we love nothing more than settling down with a good book or movie and getting lost in another world. But here's the thing. Not all stories are as they seem. Sometimes, the things we think we know the most about can turn out to be completely different once we dig a little deeper. That's why it is important to separate fact from fiction and get to the bottom of the truth. So grab your magnifying glass and prepare to have your mind blown as we expose the shocking truth behind some of the most beloved and infamous stories of all time. There are many legends which have stood the test of time, passed down through generations, each with its own unique charm and allure. But what if I told you that some of these legends might not be all they seem? What if there's a hidden truth lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? For example, take the legend of El Dorado. For centuries, the tale of the lost city of gold has captivated explorers and adventurers alike. But is there any truth to this seemingly fantastical story? Join me on a journey to uncover the hidden truth behind the legend of El Dorado and separate fact from fiction. Along the way, we'll explore the rich history and culture of the indigenous peoples of South America and discover the real reason why the conquistadors were so obsessed with finding the mythical city of gold. You won't want to miss this eye-opening adventure. The idea of a lost city of gold is an alluring one, and it is easy to see why the legend of El Dorado has captured the human imagination for centuries. The story of a hidden paradise filled with unimaginable riches has inspired countless adventurers to brave the unknown in search of fortune and glory. But what if the truth is far more complex and nuanced than the legend suggests? In fact, recent archaeological discoveries have shed new light on the pre-Columbian civilizations of South America, revealing a rich and sophisticated culture that defied the expectations of the conquistadors. The indigenous peoples of the region had developed advanced systems of agriculture, trade, and governance, as well as a deep understanding of astronomy and mathematics. They built impressive cities and temples and developed intricate works of art and jewelry. Despite the beauty and complexity of these cultures, however, the conquistadors were determined to find the mythical city of El Dorado, and they searched for it with unwavering determination. They hacked their way through the dense jungles of South America, determined to find the legendary city of gold. But what they found instead was a rich and diverse world that was vastly different from the one they knew. As the conquistadors explored further, they encountered a variety of indigenous tribes, each with its own language and customs. Some of these tribes were peaceful and welcoming, while others were fierce and warlike. But despite the challenges they faced, the conquistadors pressed on, driven by the promise of untold riches. However, the reality was far different from the legend. The supposed streets of gold turned out to be muddy tracks, and the majestic temples were often little more than crumbling ruins. Yet the conquistadors refused to give up hope, and their relentless pursuit of El Dorado led to the destruction of countless artifacts and the decimation of indigenous populations. But perhaps the greatest tragedy was that the conquistadors failed to appreciate the beauty and complexity of the cultures they encountered. Instead, they were blinded by their own greed and determination to find the mythical city of gold. But now, with the benefit of hindsight, we can see that the real treasure was the cultural richness and diversity of South America as pre-Columbian civilizations. These cultures had developed complex societies, impressive infrastructure, and stunning works of art long before the conquistadors arrived. And yet, the conquistadors were too focused on their quest for gold to appreciate the beauty and complexity of the cultures they encountered. So what is the lesson to be learned from the legend of El Dorado? Perhaps it's the danger of letting our desires for wealth and power get the better of us. Or maybe it's the importance of appreciating the beauty and diversity of the world around us. Whatever the lesson may be, the legend of El Dorado continues to fascinate and inspire awe in those who hear it. So the next time you hear someone talking about the lost city of gold, remember that the truth may be stranger and more enlightening than the legend itself.